Goddamn it, here we go tripping again. Arguing about relationships when we supposed to. Hi, everybody. This is Frank Free here. We have Sonny the Host here. We're on All Eyes on the 215. Thank you for tuning in today. We're going to cover a couple different things today. We're going to talk about, the show that Sonny the Host is actually about to put on at the Venice Arts Performing Center. And as well as Warm Daddies. There's a show at Warm Daddies, the R&B Collective, every Mondays. I mean, y'all definitely need to check that out. But we're just going to dig deep, get to know a little bit about who he is and what he does. You know what I'm saying? He's an actor, comedian, live artist. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely going to dig deep. Welcome to the show, man. Thanks.
Pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you for coming. Well, I mean, we're just going to dive right in. Can you tell me more about the R&B Collective? I mean, we was talking a bit about it, but,
Oh, well, R&B Collective is that's a show. It's put on by Lynn Brown Productions. Lynn Brown, very well known in the Philadelphia area for promoting, but also different events that he's been on. R&B Collective is that event. It is a concert feel show that is put on stage at Warm Daddies, which is located on Delaware Avenue, Philadelphia. It's a show where up-and-coming artists, and actually the whole tri-state area, come and they're allowed to perform and actually get the concert feel of being on stage. A lot of different venues, they come and you got a lot of open mics and whatever. Well, this is actually a show that they are allowed to sell and push and create their own type. They just have the regular host there, which is Sonny the Host.
That's really dope, man. You don't get a lot of those, trying to put people into the light to build them for their career.
Yeah.
You just get open mics, come on, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, instead of really exposing people to certain things of the industry that they're going to get into. So definitely appreciate that. The show on 28th,
yeah, man.
Sonny the Host show.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
from what I'm hearing, it's a variety show. I'm saying it's something completely different from what we've seen.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, that's the aim for it. I've groomed myself and branded myself in Philadelphia as Sonny the Host. But I started out with open mics.
Okay.
One of the most well-known open mics underground, somewhat, was the Walnut Room, 17th and Walnut, and we had a lot of amazing artists come through, just because of the momentum and the feel it was given throughout the whole city that a lot of people were coming and performing. That's actually where I had the pleasure of meeting great names like Jasmine Sullivan, James Fortune, Todd Tribbett, Aaron Camper, Adam Blackstone, a lot of great names, and these people are all doing amazing things. Jill Scott, Cuba Gooding Jr. We had the pleasure of having these artists down there.
That's pretty dope.
And so that was the open mic that I was hosting, and at that time, this was I'd say about 5 years ago. At that time, I was doing 5 different open mics in the whole city, but that was the one Walnut Room. You had to be there on Tuesdays. And so that went on to just host a lot of different shows, a lot of different ceremonies, events. I've done the Mayor's Ball. I've done a Stomping Clay event that we had. A lot of different events. Okay. One thing that I've noticed in every event, now I'm an outside the box thinker.
Okay.
I've never been enclosed. That's never been Sonny. And in branding myself, everybody has always recognized that. Now, one thing that they didn't recognize was that who was Sonny the Host? People asked, who was Sonny the Host? Who is Sonny the Host? What do you do? Some people knew me from before, and they said, oh, I remember you sang, yeah. It's like, so what else do you do? And I'm like, I didn't know you host. I'm like, yeah. And some people say, well, I know you for hosting, I didn't know you sang. Or, I know you for hosting, but I didn't know you did stand-up comedy. It's like, yeah. Some people say, I know you were funny, but I didn't know you sang and did it. So nobody knew exactly what Sonny the Host actually does. Well, I do have a background in all three. Singer, actor, and stand-up comedian. But hosting came because I never felt like Sonny the actor. I never felt like Sonny the singer, and I never felt like Sonny the comedian. But I always love people, and it's a thing about passion, about knowing your passion, what you have a passion for. And I found out early on that I have a passion for people. I just love people. I love to. You put me in I always say that even as a kid, you could put me in the center of 50 people. By the time you come back, I'm gonna know 49 of them right off the bat because I just love people. And I have a passion for people. Well, When you mix that with being outside the box thinker and all the shows and events, after a while I started seeing, every show, of course you see a show and you see artists come up and you see a host, announce artists, and then they come up and perform, right? And then they leave off, and what happens next? Another artist comes up, and so on.
Nobody ever gets to shine.
It's the same format.
Repetition shit.
In this show, in the Sonny the Host show, variety show, this is where you get to find out who Sonny the Host is. And you also, embed the outside the box thinking in this show. So this is a show where I literally made it so that you're scared to get up and go to the bathroom, okay? Because it covers, we have some amazing poets, we have amazing singers, we have some dancers, we have acting, we have theatrical skits that's going to come up. Our projector is 50% of the show. You see what I'm saying? So it's all over the place, and it's organized to be a great show. And I really want everybody like in their seats. Like, I want to go to the bathroom, but I'm scared. I want you to make a mistake and go to the bathroom, and then you come back and your friend like, man, you missed it. Somebody ventriloquist did a cartwheel down the center of the aisle. The lights went off, and then this whole light show happened, and people fell out the sky, and it was crazy. Like, I want people to come back like, dang, all because you wanted to take a pee, and you missed it. You missed that. So it's going to be an amazing show. We have some great artists. In the time that I've been doing shows and events, I've ran into some, phenomenal artists. Period. Singers, poets that I just grabbed onto. And I was like, you know what, you're amazing. And if I ever do a show, when I do my show, I need you there. So it wasn't like an audition set and whatever. And shout out to everybody that actually hit me in inbox, text messages, emails, everything. I was like, listen, do you have any more spots on this show? Next year I will be casting. Please come down to the show. It was these group of people that I always knew it. When I do my show, you're going to be there. And I had to have them there, and they also, in my excuse me, in my time of hosting different shows, these were these were people that I can call on, and they know when I see and a lot of people that see me, host MC know that Sonny is random. That's why whenever I'm on the stage, and you can take this to the bank, whenever I'm on the stage, I have creative freedom on that stage. That's one of my clauses in my contract. It's in my writer. I have creative freedom because Sonny, with all that in my background, I enjoy the crowd, and I do what is asked. I let the crowd tell me what you need. So it can be a lot of different random, spontaneous things that happen on stage, and these artists that I'm actually having the show know that. So they know, listen, I know when Sonny say outside the box, he can go from here to here, and it would be something I never thought of, but it works. It all, knock on wood, God bless, it always works. So I'm explaining that to say, when I say outside the box, one of the rules, and I'll give you an insight, one of the rules for the artist is you cannot have a regular show. You cannot come up, if you think you're going to come up on the stage and sing and walk off, you're not. If you think Sonny is going to walk up here and say the next artist coming up, it's not going to happen. You only see me about 4 times in the whole show.
So everything corresponds with each other.
It's a loop. Now I always tell people with this show, think of, and this is me paying homage too, think of Flip Wilson meets A Living Color. Merge that. Flip Wilson, I tell people, Flip Wilson's show was one of my most favorite, actually, on-stage variety shows ever. But the different guest artists, guest performers, comedians, singers, and everybody that he had on, but it was done on stage. And one thing, I'm a student of improv, so one thing I loved about that is that a lot of things, you make a guideline, but improv is...
It's everything. It's raw feel.
It's that raw feel that is going to make you laugh, cry, feel weird, touch you, push the envelope. It's going to do whatever it's going to do, but it's real.
And it's meant for every single. I'm actually, first off, from talking to you just briefly like that, and you telling me about the show, I want to commend you and thank you for the appreciation and the passion that you have for what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because I've interviewed a couple people, and not a lot of people give me that much raw passion about what it is that they're doing, man. Like,
I appreciate that,
and like I really like that. And secondly, most open mics, you don't hear about R&B artists and gospel artists and everything working together. And like you came in when you said the Walnut Room, and I know I listen to a lot of different music, so I know who people are. And I mean, mixing and branding that like that,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying, that's completely different.
Well, one of the things that was awesome about it is the Walnut Room was made up of a collection of amazing musicians. Not just Sonny, amazing musicians that brought so much feel. And we had Ali, who's played for J. Cole, and who's currently playing for J. Cole, and he's currently playing. I forget who he's playing for now. He's actually out in L.A. now. You have Trey, and he goes by Trey on the one. He actually plays for Ty Trippett, and he just came off tour with Jasmine Sullivan. You have Spanky, who used to come who plays for Lady Gaga and so many others. You have Dre, who just plays for Eric Roberson, Jasmine Sullivan. Like, these are all traveling musicians. And then what completed it, you had Man, who's actually the music director for John Legend, and has played for everybody. He was the music director for Snoop. One of the music directors or MDs for, I believe, Wiz Khalifa. But all these musicians, like Philadelphia has an abundance of great musicians, and they all were there. And when it just created that snowball effect of amazing music, everybody just came through. Whenever they hit the city, we had Chrisette Michelle. I mean, DJ Active called me up like, yo, I got Chrisette Michelle in the car. What's going down? I said, you know where to bring her. She came through. I mean, it was Cuba. A friend of mine, the ex brought Cuba, through, and it was like, wow, like Cuba Gooding Jr. is in here rocking out with Jasmine Sullivan was sitting in the back, just chilling. Like, it was the spot. It was a great vibe. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. Bilal came through and ripped it. Trina Furby. I'm gonna stop here. I could go forever. It was amazing.
That's wonderful, man. So let's touch. We got 3 different segments to cover. So let's cover the acting first.
Okay.
What started you with the acting?
Acting. I always was a character. I don't know if you could tell. I was always a character. Always full of personality. So I actually started acting around like first grade. I'll tell that story real quick. I had an actress came through the school. I did a piece for her. She was amazed by it. The craziest part about this story, and I'm just telling it real quick, craziest part about this story was I wasn't able to go. I missed signing my parent, permission slip, and I was able to go, and they told me, they said, listen, in front of everybody, she made an announcement, said, I met this young man at a school tour, and it was in New York on Broadway, and they said, he's amazing, and I hope he's here tonight. And she called me out on stage, and I was not there. One of the most saddest things that happened, and but it touched me. It's like, wow, she appreciated what I did, because we were acting out scenes of the play, and it was Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web was on Broadway, and she was calling me up, and I missed it. I wasn't there. So I think that was one of the driving forces for me to say I will never miss an opportunity ever again. But that was that, but that was first grade. I went on to Freedom Theater. I was in the Freedom Theater for about 2.5 years, and that just opened it up. That just opened up that theater acting bug, because I always loved to write. I always was a writer. I write music and write songs, but I would always love write, because that was that, once again, outside the box thinking, that I was like, I know
the actor,
exactly.
I
rather, if I'm an actor, then it has to be my way. Once again, that goes to the creative freedom on stage. Like, it always has to be somewhat my way. I gotta have some type of interference into what I'm doing, because I like to feed off of what's actually, in my eyes, what really would be going on. So I loved acting, but I love to be able to say, okay, how about this? I think that was my most fun part about it. I was like, I know this scene says this, but if I was in a sewer trap with my leg under here and I was screaming for help, I'd probably scream this way. So that was, I know how you said it, but I would scream this way. Ah! not. It was, you know, it was. I just had to put my feel on it, and I had to put the Sonny the Host stamp on anything I did.
Great, man. That's great, man. Like that's passion.
Oh yeah,
It's different thinking. They make it mine.
Exactly. Exactly. Got to be.
So the next thing is the artist, the singer.
Yeah. Sonny the singer. Huh? All right. Never felt like Sonny. No, but so singing. I've actually been singing all my life, literally all my life. My sister, my mother, my grandmother, great grandmother. So we were raised in a church. Everybody sings. Everybody sings. Different generations of how they sing, but everybody sings. My sister is amazing. She's a singer, songwriter, producer, photographer, and painter. So she's awesome at every single one of them. So of course I was right after her to sing next to her. Like, okay, you doing that? I got to do that too because we're a year apart. That's my sister. But my mom had us in church. She's a Reverend Janine, so you know, of course, she was in there like, okay, cool, I'm gonna preach, and then my kids gonna go up and sing it. We even had a little set we used to do, so I really been singing since birth. My mom was forced it. Everybody else got forced in the living room. I got forced in front of the church. Like, you just gonna put me in front of the congregation, mommy? I don't wanna sing it. But yeah, so I've been singing like since birth.
Okay, and any projects you got up?
So right now, I don't have any projects out right now. As far as music, with all the things that's going on, and you heard me mention my mother, which is so I'm very come from a very spiritually grounded household, and it's a lot of things that I may plan, but God has a bigger plan.
Right.
You know, and in this walk, it's things that I wanted to do, and God was like, I got something else for you I want you to do. Which, you know, I don't talk back to God. I do what I'm asked, and it's been blessed enough to be able to brand myself and Sonny the Host in this many different ways. It's actually blessed enough to be able to have a show, and people are like, are you going to sing? Are we finally going to hear you like sing? Like do a whole set? Like we heard you sing, but are we going to hear you do a whole like set? I'm like, I don't know. You know, like so
I want more.
Yeah, you know, God has that. It's the snowball effect that it's so many different things to be able to come. It just leaves people to say like, I don't know what else Sonny can do, but I know it's so much more in there because of just the little bit that I know. It's going to be amazing. And so to answer your question, no projects yet, but make sure you follow Sonny and go to every show and everything because you're gonna might see something.
We had took a break, you know what I'm saying, to enjoy some of this man's comedy and all that, you know what I'm saying? But we had to come back, you know, because we had to get to the comedian part, you know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
You know, so you going to tell us about this comedian? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I've always had a fun sense of humor. Comedy came later on. I actually did a talent show when I was younger. Did a talent show, and being nervous made me just talk. And obviously what I was saying, a lot of people thought was hilarious. So I don't know. I don't even remember what I said. But it was nerves. Nerves make you shoot out anything. So, but that was the first start. Then I actually did some random comedy shows. When I say random, I mean like very random. They were like other people's shows that I did stand up on. Then I proceeded on to I did one show at Freedom Theater where they had, and I did just straight stand-up comedy. It wasn't too long. It was about 10, 15 minutes stand-up comedy. Did an awesome job. Now, I went to Pittsburgh and performed. Did a cool job there. This was years ago. The Walnut Room. Before we went to the Walnut Room, how Walnut Room got started real quick. We actually had a show at Warm Daddy's. And this was years ago, and I was hosting it. This was one of the first hosting gigs that I had, and I did the show, and they told me, they was like, you know what, an artist backed out of the show. Can we get you to sing, can you get you to sing for that 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes?
That's a long ass time.
Yeah, it was a long time. I was like, I don't even know a song for 15 and 20 minutes. But they was like, so we need something to put in there. And I was like, you know what? I got you. And now one of the things also, I'm a thinker, very tactical. So I was like, well, listen, if it's so many singers on the show, if I sing, I'm going to be what? Just another singer, right? So I was like, how about we do this? And I did a 15-minute stand-up, and it was killed. I mean, killed. It's not too many times you can just say, like, I killed, but I killed.
And off guard.
Yeah, way off guard. But I was just like, all right, I got a couple of my writtens, a couple of whatever. I'm going to just rock. We just going to do it and see how they like it. Killed. The best part about this story is right after that, I killed so bad that when we came out, everybody was at the show already. When we came out, everybody was there. And shout out to Isaac Isingham, IM3 Media. He was like, well, listen, I know where we going now. Everybody was like, look, Sonny, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Shake weight, shake weight, shake weight. It was a shake weight joke I did. Everybody was with it. So we came out of there. They said, where are you going? They said, where you going? I said, I don't know. Let's party. Where we going to go? And Isaac said, hey, I know a place. It's at 17th and Walnut. Let's go there. We went there. It's a Walnut Room, of course. And went up there and met Will Compton. And Will said, hey, we got a open mic that we doing here. And Isaac said, well, listen, put Sonny up there. Let Sonny rock. I think he was trying to sew in his man being my manager at the time. But he was like, let Sonny rock. And then I end up doing it. They loved it. And that's how Walnut Room, we groomed that, and Walnut Room ended up being, that was the open mic that we ended up doing. And that's how I got introduced and hooked up with Walnut Room, and that's how that went on. But stand-up comedy. Later on, I went back to Pittsburgh, too. Shout out to Honest John. A lot of great comedians on it. Honest John was the headliner. And we had an awesome time. We had an awesome time, man. It was crazy.
Great, man. Thank you. Well, thank you for coming to share.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. It was too fun, you know.
I mean, we're going to stay away from witches.
We definitely got to stay away from witches.
Insider, y'all.
Yeah, witches and open doors and double closets.
Insider. But,
shake weight and witches. Stay away from them, man. You don't want it.
But make sure you guys check out the Sonny the Host show at Venice Island Performing Arts Center. It's at Man and Young. You know what I'm saying? It's on January 28th. What time are the doors open?
Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. It's from 7 to 11. Make sure you also check out www.sonnythehost.com for any further information. But make sure you check out All Eyes on the 215 because I'm going to definitely have some information up on there. We got to.
All Eyes on the 215. We casting out, y'all. Goodbye.
I got to snapping about the niggas you say that you sent. I'm trying to hold back to keep your emotions intact.
Especially because I can't fully see you behind this light, so you see a silhouette. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh shit, the witch behind me. Oh, damn. We done talked about it, she came back.
But your insecurities are starting to make me wonder. Is you doing something in the dark? Meeting with him in the park, making all these assumptions just to keep from getting caught.